Hey, my name is Marco. I want to see if I can also make some valuable content for some other people. I'm more or less about 4 to 5Q on OGS, and I learned Go around 4 years ago during the AlphaGo craze, and have actively taught children in schools and, of course, also in our local Go club. And maybe there's going to be some content coming out of this that might be valuable for some of you. What we're going to do today is I'm going to play a game if I can ever actually find someone to play with me for a little bit of a slower time setting. And then afterwards, I'm going to look over the game with Lizzie and see see what we can learn from it. So yeah, let's see if I even manage to find a single person. This will only be a matter of weeks or months. Oh my god, we found a game. Crazy shit. So he's a 6Q. I'm nominally a 4Q. As I said, more or less 4 5Q. And we can actually start the game. Almost to start a game. I need to change my language settings. All right. So, all right. Let's start. This is an opening that I'm experimenting around with. I forgot the name of the player, but I found it in one of my Go books. It's apparently not really played anymore today. Like usually you want this black stone on this position so that it develops, the bigger side of the board into your direction. But it gives you some really nice follow-ups if you are training with that type of formation. Usually white, yeah, often white just defends over here, and then you get a nice shape and potential for your own stones. But even in this case, I can still play here. And then we'll see. White has a ton of things he can do right now, but this stone is far from dead. Like I can do tons of stuff with it. In this case, because I already have this formation down here, I like to pincer this stone so I can build something off of it. Usually this is the better shape. Like I've talked to a professional player about this, and this is obviously the good shape you can do right now. But I'm getting along with this shape much, much better. Maybe it's just, a matter of getting used to it. But that stone makes a lot of difference. Also that so that this stone is a bit less comfortable. I really should look up what the player that was. Like I'm basically playing that almost every game. Huh. Can't even remember which book it was. So what can White do? White can take the corner. White can jump out. White can go from the other side. All of these lead to some fights, and me like fights. Uh, this is usually the better shape, so I can come out strong in the corner. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm obviously only 4Q, which is nowhere near good in this game. So if you're a better player than I am, or if you're similarly strength and you have some ideas about what to play and not to play, please do let me know. I'm just gonna take I'm just gonna take what's mine. So he is obviously also taking, a bit of the corner. This is nowhere safe. Same as this. Like if white comes in here at any of these shape points, I still need to make a tough decision what I actually want. I cannot have all of this. Same goes for this formation. Um, I kind of like the idea of strengthening this stone a bit so that the invasion down here would get harder for white. And if I play here, this sets up a cool invasion here, so he kind of needs to defend it. Sure. Maybe I should actually also... Oh yeah, I disabled the analysis, so I can't actually show you how the invasion works, but it's basically just this move here. That would be a bit annoying. I'm basically fine with that, am I? So after this, white has some cool follow-ups, so I'm wondering if I should just jump out, take the strength, or actually make some territory. Because if I play here, he's obviously gonna invade, I suppose. Lila is gonna yell at me for not playing here, isn't she? Yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna play a bit stronger. This also makes the corner invasion harder because white has more issues to run to anything, and I have more stones close by. That is fine. We still have this stone, which isn't activated. We still have corner RG. We still have tons of potential here. Like, I could just make a wall basically across the whole side of the board. That would be fun. Let's get some corner first. 3-3 is always right, right? That's what we learned now. Oh, you give me all of it. That is nice of you. I forgot what the shape was. Was this a shape? Ah, just gonna stay strong. Just gonna extend. So in this case, there's some cool shit now. Obviously, if I just take my territory, he can block me in, and this will get quite hard to invade. I could try to fight, but the fight doesn't work right now because white can cut. I block, takes one side, I take the other, and then he just gets the whole corner. But there's this. And if he reacts to this, to try to defend this territory, then this cut doesn't work anymore. And then I could cut, and then we're going to have some questions for this stone. So what else could he do? He could obviously, best would probably just to close me in, because even that jump below doesn't really lose him a lot of territory. It is good RG though for me. Even if I try to invade later, I have more stuff I can do here. Oh, he's gonna push. So what happens if I... This will just let him connect, but what would happen if I play here? White comes on top, I cut, and then he needs to push me up basically, he needs to connect. Then I have like this mini stick here that would... Sure. So I'm gonna get a mini stick here. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I probably needed to play something here right now, but I really don't want him to connect. Uh, Preferably, I would have wanted to just be done here and get out in center to just reduce and invade this territory right away. But I can't. So I'm gonna get this stick here, and this stick will make it harder for white to turn this into any points or to defend this. Then we're gonna get one of the two. This doesn't work, right? Granted, the problem with this move is that if I get my stick and he gets strong here, especially if you can also make a base, then these moves become really annoying in the corner. So at this point, I would have the option to just solidify my corner or fight. Solidify my corner, fight. Solidify my corner, fight. I usually fight too much and then get myself into all kinds of trouble. I'm just gonna play solid. And again, I'm 4Q, so 4-5Q, so I'm not saying that this is uninvadable. Like, I wouldn't know how to invade it right now and to actually, definitely make something out of it. Maybe there, but then I can still kick, it comes out. I have no idea. So a stronger player probably still finds something to invade in here. So what do we want to do? We have stuff. Does this work? If he blocks here, if he would actually block this side, then this would work. I could just come out and reduce this and not even sure if this has two eyes then. The problem is if he blocks on this side, because this side means I would need to come through here. Yeah, this doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. This move protects that nicely. This is also fun because this now leaves me the peep, which he might be inclined to play at one point. Hmm. Kind of want to ask some questions first. I could also jump out, just completely solidify that whole quadrant of the board, but it would also make this pretty hard to invade. I don't know. Kind of want to ask questions. What type of questions do we want to ask? Hmm. I could also just like this links up. So if I just come here, this is hard. Go is hard. Go is hard. Go is hard. This is probably also the weakest part of my game. Which side do we want? Kind of want to be light. Let's be light. Light is good. Being light is good. Alright, where was I? So, state of the board. White has this corner. That depends on how strong this group gets. Some influence towards this side. This is probably going to turn, because I'm going to take this side, so this is probably going to turn to territory. And I have this corner and this. Ooh, is that a thing? I'll defend. If you want me to defend. Um, so then there's some potential up here. But white always has this move. So I'm not 100% sure how I go about making this into points. That is fun. Kind of want to see how the shapes get defined. But I am rather weak still. Let's see. Maybe I should play this first. Because it's kind of centered to give me one eye. Yeah, I want it. If white ever gets to play here and I block, he kinda doesn't need to react for now. And white might be happy to just take the wall and not leave any RG behind. That is fine. That is absolutely okay. I do not want this. I can still jump in here, so this isn't really territory. I have this move. I can also just go to the corner, block, and take my territory. I want to come out for now. This would have been better, right? Just horse jump. Because he can't cut me. And if I play here, he can actually try to come on top and force a weird fight. Yep, I'll just be happy. You can have this. I jump out. Everyone is fine. He doesn't want me to jump out, but this is also not a good shape. But what can I do with it? Kind of want to attach. Like, what can you do? I can cut off, which would let me come out this way. By running out, I'm also starting to hurt this potential over here, so I'm not too happy about this. Let's just get some solid shape. I'm starting to wonder how I can actually make two eyes down here directly. I might be inclined to let him have that stone. Because if he just jumps right in the middle, that gets nasty. Do you want this stone? You can have this stone. Have this stone. Eat it. Eat it. I sacrifice this stone to the stone gods. Oh god. Uh, those are cuts. Those are some real cutty cuts. Sure. All right, so again, my plan is to just get the two eyes here. And after I have my two eyes, I can probably just come down here, solidify this, and I should have enough points. What? Is this a thing? That looks dangerous. That is dangerous. But I could force it this, I could force this, and then I just live. So, is there something more severe? Like what happens here? If I cut this, he needs to come out. This might not work. I can, like, if this was connected, yeah, it is not though. Ah, sure, whatever. I was just thinking if he actually came here now, he would have captured those stones. Because I would have needed to capture. He comes down. Yeah, so that was lucky. That was lucky. So better just defend quickly. Don't be stupid. Just stay strong. Have two eyes. And then have a fun rest of the game. If White gets strong here, this is starting to look a bit annoying. If he comes, yeah, okay. If he comes down, I can block, can run out, but that will be a fight. It's still looking good to me. Like, I can take enough points. Hmm. Touch. This is kinda center. Yeah, whatever. I'll just take this for now. I was wondering if I can jump in here right away. I probably can. But then again, I'm worried that this stone might actually help any sort of thing that he might be doing down here. There. What? Can you do that? Ooh, ho. I should actually at one point take a few seconds to count. I think I should count quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So with this and this, maybe around 80 points, which is a lot. This is cool because it reduces anything he might be able to do here. This move is obnoxious. So does this work? White, black, white, black, white, black, white, black, Atari. This works, right? We'll see if this works. So anyway, around 80 points, I suppose. And white has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, okay, white might have around 90-ish plus Komi. So I might have underestimated this whole thing. I really need this move because he's probably gonna react to it at least in somewhat kind of center thing. This is a thing I can do. Like if he... Yeah, this just doesn't work anymore, right? Like, where do you go? This doesn't work. Maybe it does work. Maybe it does work. Yeah, that's not... I really hate this RG up here. So this was a monumental fail. This was an absolute disaster. That was not good. That was not good. Give me that center. That was not good. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh boy. I kinda need this. This is too shit. Fuck. That's sort of center. Yeah. Also, this is obvious. Not having enough eyes. So I have my two eyes. That's helpful. Up. Ah, that was bad. That was really, really bad. This was shit. This was shit. Shit, shit, shit. Okay. So what's the plan then? How many eyes does this group have? If I come here and he blocks here and I come over here, it looks pretty good, I suppose. Not helpful. So is this something? I'm strong here. Can I come in here? Can I cut here in some way? That is a reduction, right? Should be a reduction at least. Yeah. Let's see. Also, he simply won't react to this peep anymore, so it might have been better to just take that peep earlier when he still was somewhat weak. That was bad. That was really, really bad. Okay. I need to squeeze out some center moves, actually, while he's thinking. So yeah, all of this and this is still around 82 points, plus whatever he can make here. It's probably at least another 5 to 10 points. What? Ah, he can cut Atari from this side. And then this is alone. That is fair, but it also activates cuts for me. So I could make this a call. This looks like a fun call. He probably should defend. But then I still get some stuff. First things first, we need to reduce this potential. Which is why we're going to play there. Then where's some mischief to be had? Yeah, it should be relatively close, but white is Comey plus whatever here, whatever he can make here. So do your life and death problems. I am wondering if this has two eyes. What if I get this, right? If I get this move, then this looks quite endangered. So if I can prevent white from running out easily, yeah, I'm fine with that. I just want to prevent white running out, and this has no friends. Okay, exciting. I need like 10 points. How do I get 10 points? 10 points. You can do that. You can totally do that. But either I come in here and reduce this a bit, which is fine by me, or I'm having fun on this side. Is this a thing? Can I do this? Can I do this attachment? Can't come. I get a bit of strength here, but it only works if I have something here. Some RG, which I do not have yet. He'll probably answer this. And now the big question is, if white jumps here and I block white, black, I can cut through here. So now this works. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed I didn't misread, and fingers crossed he doesn't know what to do. So yeah, this first. That is fine. Now I get this. And now this cut is fun because black, white, Atari. I'm gonna capture those two stones, so he kind of needs to defend the cut or connect, which defends the cut, but he needs to play something here. Yeah, he can't make more eyes. And this in turn means that I can play this to threaten to connect. Doesn't work. Yeah. Ah. Damn it. It's just two eyes. That's just two eyes. If I play here, white, I can't connect because he captures, and I can't play here. It's worth a try, but he probably should connect on the outside. I can take this, but he can play here, and then I can't connect to make this into a no eye shape. Yeah, well done. Okay. Back to other ideas. So I want this card. I want this. Oh, my opponent is actually down to the KO time. I still have 5 Yoyomi rounds. This does not work. That's just a ladder. Talking and playing is substantially harder. Who would have thought? I want the RG of this cut. Who would have thought? Anyway, am I still behind? This sucks, but mm, sure. Yeah, 19 plus Komi. His points did not magically get less. Times Uji. Okay. Where can I squeeze some points? Where can I squeeze out some points? I should probably just play endgame, just solid endgame. Just solid endgame. This is annoying. Just play solid endgame. I don't need to do magic tricks. He's probably gonna react to that. This is big, but doesn't quite work because white, black, white doesn't quite work. But maybe it works after this. Nope. Still does not work. Ooh, he pulled back. He pulled back. Then let's reduce him some more. You can do that. But this is points, my friend. That is... Whoa. He could come down here, but after I block him, I may be able to reduce his liberties enough so that I can actually capture this. Is that how this works? Which time? For Bioyomi. So let's read this out for a second. Whatever. I think he still has too many liberties. Ooh, but now this works. No, it doesn't. Oh. Well, wait, it does. No, it doesn't. Goes hard, goes hard, goes hard. Why is it go so hard? If I can turn this into some points, then maybe. But I'm also trying to figure out if I can make any of these cuts work. It doesn't look like it. It absolutely does not look like it. He should come down here, which would destroy quite a few points. He does not. This doesn't actually do anything yet, right? I mean, it's center, but yeah. Oh, wait. Shit. If I connect, blah, I need to play here, he comes here, I defend this, he comes here, I capture, comes down. He can capture this whole corner. So I'm just gonna give him this. You can have that, my friend. Still need to defend. That was obnoxious. That was annoying, but at least I made some points over here. So that is at least not a complete failure. But yeah, that was absolutely not helpful. Yeah, that is oosh. Okay. Yeah, so this game went horrible. That was that was quite something. Quite something. Maybe playing and talking isn't actually working. Like if playing went this badly, I suppose the talking part wasn't particularly good either. Please feel free to leave me feedback on that. Hmm. Maybe I can get a few points here. Okay. Okay. I mean, granted, it is a co-threat, but doesn't it just allow me to take all of those points if we play out this co for a while? Like, let's say this move. What co-threads do we have? These are co-threads. Sure. Uh, this is a co-thread. Absolutely a co-thread. I agree. It's a co-thread. This is absolutely one though. Yeah. Time to Yoyomi. I'm in KO mode. I'm I'm fine with this as a co-thread. How many more? How many points is that even? Oh shit, that was a bad co-thread. Because you can now connect all of this. Oh, unfortunate. Where was I? He takes it. That is quite a few points for me, though. Sure, that's fine. That is fine. All's well. I lost the game, but all is well. That could have gone a lot better. That was horrible. This looks center. That was horrible. So I apologize for everyone who actually went through this with me. Okay, oh yeah. Okay, so I I am curious how much I fucked up at the beginning. Like I felt pretty fine until I messed up this, and I'm wondering if Lizzie is agreeing with me that after this I was behind. Like that would be good to know if my territorial balance judgment is kinda working. I have no idea how many points it is to actually play a move down here because of the forcing moves. It is weird. I'll just play one. Yeah, so guess it wasn't the best first game to show off. But oh well. Go is hard. Do we now have another 1 point go here? Half point go. Sure. What you can do, I can do too. Yeah, sure. You're gonna squeeze every little last ounce of juice out of this. Every last little bit. I'm not even sure if I have another decent one left. Doesn't look like it. So yeah, the game is over. Congratulations, White. I do not think. Ah, shit, that was another point, yeah. I do not think that I have enough points. This was also a loss for me. This was a heavy loss with those 3 stones. I suppose he passed. Yeah, he passed. So, how did this go? 6.5 points I lost by Gomi. All right, but that's a game I'm gonna learn quite a bit from, right? Yeah. So I suppose it was 50-50 at this point, and then this already went badly because of all the forcing moves he got on the outside. But this was just the worst move. I wonder if just this would have been fine to keep me on track. I was actually back to leading. Yeah, because it was only 6.5 points. I should have just taken my solid end game. All right, because this might actually not be alive. Just a simple push from the outside. Huh. All right, let's look at this with Lizzie. Let's look at this with Lizzie. All right, so let's see how much went wrong here. Beginning is fine. As I said, this is the opening that I really like to play at the moment. It usually gets you into some kind of trouble because people very quickly see that you're building quite the Moyo influence, and they try to break it up immediately. And I also noticed that when you get a bit stronger, like above, let's say 8, 7Q, people are way more inclined to just attach or come in here and see what shape it makes and then continue playing. So you might want to have some ideas what to do with that corner. This is fine. I play my favorite pincer. This is all fine. Played a million times. So yeah, in this case, I was wondering if it's fine to just block and take the outside, which it apparently is, but I mean, I'm afraid of those cuts. Like, those cuts look annoying, and white gets a good outside. Not sure if that's something I can play. So I'm actually fine with taking this, but I need to come up with better ways to handle these. Like, if white just takes this right away, then I know that I need to be more aware of my shape here because I'm not having 2 eyes. But I don't know how to continue here myself. I need to look that up in a second. White takes this corner. I build strength. White comes out. This peep works. Oh my god, this peep still works. Oh my fucking god, this peep works. Yeah, white can block. I threaten to connect. White blocks. So it basically only like this is two eyes, but white doesn't need that because he can still attack things. Hmm. Alright, so instead I chose this, which is fine. How would have this would have been better? 43.7. Yeah, would have been a bit better. But I mean, fine. Uh, White chose this side. I went into the corner, blocked. This is all fine. This is all fine. Yeah, I noticed this at the end of the game that this was really an annoying shape point to make anything down here and to start an attack because at any point White gets this move in center and then makes this shape look a bit dubious depending on what he gets on the outside. So that was annoying. I should probably remember that I need this stone to get some sort of follow up here and to actually have a safe, like the group is safe, but to actually have a group that can't be harassed anymore. This is an important point. Need to remember this after this descent because I assume that's going to happen more than once. Even if he doesn't push through, this is still an important shape point. Okay. Uh, this was a big loss, mostly because I didn't take that shape point. Like this, that was the other plan that I was talking about in the game. Like just come up here, make sure that territory is destroyed, take the center move, and then be some kind of out. I mean, that's fine, but I mean, the rest of the next 30, 40 moves will be me figuring out how to defend myself over here and use the strength of this group to actually effectively destroy this. I mean, both is fine. This doesn't actually, like, if I look at the variation, this has me at 43% if I take this one. And just playing the safe shape had me at 40%, so it wasn't great. It could be worse. Yeah, just extend. He says to just invade here, which is frightening. This looks mighty frightening. Like, where do I go? I can crawl, but it's not, that isn't two eyes yet. But and that makes also big territory. Yeah, those invasions. So he chose the wrong one. Probably because this is stronger. It would have been easier for him to push me to the other side. I chose to make a mess instead. I could have just played strongly. If he comes on top. I Hana. This is not a variation I would. Wow, that's crazy. So you make enough shape, and then because you have enough of the shape, you can actually just connect down there. Wow, nice. Okay, I opted instead for the mess variation. He didn't take me up on the mess, and he just let me connect, which is fine by me. I attached, which is a slight minus. The better shape point apparently would have been to just directly push. I was a bit afraid of something like this. Like, what do I do with this stick? Like, of course I came out, but it didn't feel like I would profit enough from it, and I still have like a million cuts and peeps that I somehow need to defend against while white gets to build good points. I mean, sure, as Lizzie's also saying, there's a lot of RG here, but that is hard to see for me as a really, like, if I looked at this, it was hard for me to see immediately that this was a really positive result for me. Tough. So I attached, I took my I pushed, jumped. Even in this case, without the jumping, just straight into the corner. That is all fine for me. So yeah, about this. What happens if white just plays here? So I guess the gist is that this is simply too big to be upset, and then I can either take something on the outside or just still walk out. Is that what's happening? Sorry. Dangerous. Double Hana. And in this case, yeah, but I was still afraid of my shape. Yeah, and in this case, he actually took the right one. Like, I was wondering what happens if I just play here. But then I have no problems, I suppose. I'm just out enough potential for eyes. Huh, I see. So yeah, I was too hung up on this needing eyes. No, I wasn't. Like, what do you want me to play here, Liz? Just connect? But then this is still 60%, yeah. Just connecting. Yeah, obviously just connecting makes enough eyes. Yeah, talking, did I mention that talking and playing Go is hard? Go is playing is already hard. Talking and playing Go is even harder. So you come there, I take my points, you try to cut. I says I'm fine. I am totally fine with all of this. Then I make the big stupid uh, move of the game, like 20%. Impressive. Yeah, not helpful. And like most of many of my moves are actually in good timing, which I find really surprising because I didn't get the impression that I played good timing. Um, that's reassuring. Poke, poke, poke. He wants all the pokes. Yeah, prevent anything in here happening. That was a move. That was a move. That was a really cool answer though that I absolutely didn't see. Like I really don't have those attachments on my radar. Like they just float like those type of attachments. They just float somewhere in the room and just initially seems to me that I can just come in. Cool reaction. He should have just taken it. So we try to reduce. We try to mitigate the damage. We're actually back on track because we can now attack this group, which we didn't do properly. Oh, look at this. Push, jump out. Oh wait, didn't we read out that this doesn't work? Like, I can play here, sure. Oh yeah, white can come here and then just capture those stones. Hmm, I see. Okay. So white would have come out, would have been able to come out anyway. But I wouldn't have needed it because after white jumps, maybe I should actually. Uh, Toggle. V? Yeah. So actually I should turn this off. Okay, in any case, so white can jump out. White can totally jump out. I can't do anything about this. But that is fine because this is centered against the corner and I have reduced this and I apparently have reduced this enough to just win the game. Like the game was at 6.5 points, so I wouldn't have needed that much more. God damn it. And this still left me a choice. I should have just taken the shape point for the triangle of death. So I was stupid. And then we play out some endgame. That doesn't really matter anymore. Yeah, so that was the game. What did we learn? What did we learn? So if you haven't seen this yet, this is a cool thing because usually people teach you to play the bigger side of the board towards your own stone. And this actually uproots that idea and surprises people a bit because it also gives them shapes that they usually don't get to see and that they might not be too comfortable with. Um, I like playing my pincer that nobody else likes except me. This was all fine. Uh, I need to learn how to react to this. Like, what happens if I. Yeah, let's go just a second to that one moment where I played my stupid move of the game. This would have still been a bad move. Like, surprisingly so, this is not what I should take care of. This doesn't matter. Because this is not safe. Look at this. Look at this move. I wouldn't have thought that this still works. And maybe it doesn't? Not sure what Lizzie is trying to tell me here. Maybe to make RG in a corner and then just like swoop in from the top, hoping that it does something. Like this is really hard for me to see and play that there's any RG over here by just making some RG over here, some RG over here, some RG over here that get something to work out. This is hard. So what would be a better move? Like, okay, this is stuff that I played out eventually. But after that, okay. So this move isn't technically bad. It's just that before I play this move, I really need to play the center moves against the corner to strengthen my shape. Not against the corner, against this big territory to strengthen my shape, make sure I get the maximum amount of points, and then And then I can do this. Then it's fine. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else? If you haven't seen this move yet, this is a cool move. Um, like you have in this, you have several things you can do here, like just protecting your corner, but it gives white some nice outside shape. Um, you can come up here, but that gives white the corner directly, the corner or the outside, depending on what you want. Which might also be fine depending on the cases, but it will also lead to some annoying cases, annoying situations where you don't have two eyes here, and you will need to fight. Or this fancy move, which just is totally safe, but you need to remember to actually play the move that in the end makes all of this work. Let's see if I actually remember that for the next games. Invasion, any of these moves would have been probably fine here. Probably tossed a dot arrow at it. Just played anything. And then just need to play it out. That's fine. That's all fine. This I misread. There was enough space here so I can just connect to make eyes and make enough trouble everywhere with the cuts. Okay. This game felt a lot more horrible while playing than it felt while I looked at it with Lizzie. So that's reassuring. All right, I had fun. This was longer than I thought it would be, so let's see if this is actually content some people are going to watch. In any case, let me know what you think, and see you guys next time.